have a bunch of people that are connected to me, and they're basically waiting to like try to embarrass me or humiliate me worldwide because they're being revealed for like how they are, and they're being shown for what the the types of things that they do. And I think what it is they feel like really super embarrassed about what it is that they have to hide, and their brains are probably going to be analyzed with AI. They're probably going to be picked to the bone in terms of being analyzed by everyone else. And they just have a huge issue with them being exposed to all the other people on Earth. So they're trying to turn around and fuck around with my image so that they can try and like drag me down with them and claim that I'm like all these other things that I'm not, that are entirely negative and have nothing to do with how I actually am as a person. When a lot of them are like rapists or like pedos. They just have various problems where they don't really like respect women. They're chauvinists, but they're like, they're extremely violent, or they have a bunch of other problems. So these are some of the people that I'm having to deal with, and they're basically trying to stage a thing for me worldwide whenever all this gets opened up, where they're gonna act like a leak happens. And they have like a preconceived file for me for whenever this does go down, so that they can try and make me look like I'm a certain thing, because first impressions can sometimes be everything, and so they're going to try to make me look this certain way so that everyone else gets this opinion of me, and they're just like, okay, well maybe this guy is like this just because these guys show this, like they show this certain thing, and you think this, you think this about him. And that's a lot of people will automatically just write you off or just assume something very quickly because someone simply says something, and they're not really ultimately scientific in how they're going about like what they're expressing. They're just going to try to make me look bad because they don't like the fact that they're going to look absolutely horrid, and that everyone's pretty much going to want them to die, or at least go to jail for the rest of their lives, or something terrible to happen to them, because like their reputations will be forever ruined on Earth. So there's like nothing they can do, and they want the same for me because they want to drag me down because I have all this stuff to offer everyone. And one of these things is a bunch of gene monopolies that I can have as a business that I want to run. That's essentially, I'm going to go and specialize in genetic engineering. It won't take me very long. I'll be able to get the business up in about 1 to 2 years, and I can specialize in it in less than a year, and I can turn around. I can pound the books, turn this into a business, and sell off my gene monopolies onto people, and have them buy these things from me as enhancements, and I can easily make a ton of money. And this is what these guys don't want me to have, because they just don't like the fact that their leadership's being questioned, their way of life for those specific people is going to change dramatically, and then also because they just don't like the idea that a free thinker, someone who is capable of thinking for themselves, or kind of just goes their own way with their thinking processes, would have a manner of influence over maybe a large amount of people. So they really don't want me to be able to express that, and this is something that they're seriously having a problem with. So this is kind of something that I'm going to mention preemptively, just so that you know that these people are like really sick in the head, and just be kind of prepared down the pipe. Like they might try to make my image look really bad, but that's okay. I can just explain myself and explain that these people are basically like pseudoscientific in analyzing my personality or me as an individual who they have not actually shaken hands with in person and got to know on an actual personal level in real life. So yeah. Oh yeah, and another thing, they have done this to a lot of other people who are famous, and they've tried to they've tried to make their images look the same way, only with different things, like little things here and there. So when this all goes down, all of those guys are going to be analyzed, and they're trying to make them look a lot worse than they actually are too. These are a lot of famous people, just rich types, and they want to hold them hostage under the assumption that they're going to be everyone's going to hate them worldwide because of the way that those guys show them. And these guys are misusing AI in the mainframe to do things like this. So they're trying to actually hold people hostage by using these smear campaigns on them. And this is one of the things that I'm kind of opening up to people and expressing before it actually happens, so that just to be on the lookout for it.